So that was the bus to Radnor Park. I remember in a blog you talked about how the Vancouver bus system was just fantastic. Well, I happen to think that the Kathmandu bus system is just fantastic, but for entirely different reasons. Clearly, the bus here is a fast and easy way to make friends. Now I'm on my way to Thamel, where I'm going to go to my meeting and then show you Pilgrims. Okay, so fast forward. Meeting, and Pilgrims. So Pilgrims is Nepal's largest English language bookstore, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. First of all, it's a fairly typical bookstore in some ways. You've got the bestseller wall here, but I guess to underscore its not so typical part, it also functions as a guide to the store. So the different genres also have room numbers assigned to them. So you can go to room X to find more mountaineering or whatever else. These are some books that kind of stood out to me. Some of them I've read, some of them I want to read. And in the back of the store, you've got Pilgrims Feed and Read Restaurant and Bar, which is entirely vegetarian. It's right past the healthy living section, which kind of, I guess, makes sense. And of course, being in Thamel, it's got a large trinket and pashmina and map and postcard section, which is very close to the children's section, which I thought that you might appreciate. Unfortunately, I didn't get any video in there, but I did find a Hindi language Harry Potter afterwards. And this room tempts me every time I go there, but I haven't done it yet. And then, of course, the good stuff is all upstairs. So here is a significant room. This is the fiction room. So you've got some popular fiction, bestsellers, and stuff like that. And then over to the side here, you've got classic literature, which is insanely cheap, and I've bought way too many of those. And over here, you just got some genre and general fiction. I actually kind of forgot that I was recording while I was looking for a book, so there's a bit of that. And then you've got this room that I don't know what to call other than the, I guess, intellectual room? I don't know. So politics, world history, anthropology, and all of that stuff. And I should mention here, I guess, that Pilgrims also is a publisher. So it started in Kathmandu, I think maybe 20, almost 30 years ago, as a publisher and a bookstore. They've since moved their operations to India, but they do still print books. So I've got a few Pilgrims printed books, one by Rudyard Kipling, for example. And here's another good room, room 21, which is the language room. So you can buy a whole bunch of overrated books on the Nepali language, or books in other languages, like the German books are all here. And of course the obligatory New Age section. Kathmandu is, of course, on the hippie road. And as you would expect, there are 3 whole rooms all about religion. So this is Hinduism, and of course Hinduism must include Indian philosophy, because you know when Orientals do philosophy, it's called religion. God, of course. But, you know, my irritation aside. Oh yeah, and then of course we've got Buddhism over here. I've bought a few books from here. I didn't write. I bought 7 Years in Tibet here, and then a little corner here all on iconography, which is pretty darn cool. And then, out of curiosity, and just because the staffer was standing right there next to the computer, I asked them to do a book lookup, with some surprising results, actually. Just wondering if you have anything by John Green? Young adult fiction. John-Green.
No, which book you are looking for?
Looking for Alaska?
Nothing,
no.
Sir, but this is about health. No?
Okay. A story of a disease.
Nothing, sir. No.
Okay, alright, thank you. Worth a shot. That's Pilgrims.